This is my third attempt to do this right. And so far it's a Monday on a Thursday. This upcoming little video is a backstage view of what we did last night. It's a different perspective on our usual broadcast in that it is what I saw when I was there, because I had one of them there helmet cams on my cap bill. So here goes. Oh, digger.
You hear a lot of noise in through here, but
There ain't nothing but noise in this place. You gonna advertise the circus?
I really here. That's all the tickets I got, and I'm gonna let you give them away.
Yeah, we'll do our best. Don't trip over the wire. We'll I gotta come down there and get some propane. I'm running on fumes. I got some more fumes left though.
Yeah.
Monday was the day I was geared up to do it, and then I remembered you wasn't there, so I put it off, and I still ain't done it.
Well,
How you want to do this?
that's so that you can take them down to your shop.
Well, do you want to do two at a time, or we don't want to load somebody and take all of them?
No. I mean, that's all I got.
Okay, flag your opening now.
Okay. Bob will be wandering in about 2 or 3 more minutes, I guess.
Alright.
If we don't lock him out.
And we ought to trip him.
Trip him or do something.
I'm a filming. No, not right now, but maybe later. Thank you. I'm a filming the show from the other direction tonight to go on the TV and the internet. So we're not going to see what we look like. We're going to see what they look like. We're going to take pictures of the people out there watching us.
Fantastic.
I'd say we'll be able to pick every one of them out.
Where's Honey Bee?
Huh?
Where's Honey Bee?
Oh, she's sick, I think. Ailing. Not dying, just ailing.
Okay. Cool. I got in there, and shit, if I can turn that news on, got a bit warm. I've been out in that cold all day.
Well, I put my coat over there. I brought it just in case.
And I just about.
I bet you have had it rough day. You ain't got used to it yet, have you?
No. It's the most I've turned over in one day in a long time. Way back in March or that.
Yeah. You know, for the last 3 years, Sam has bought my lunch because of the katydids and the frost. This year, I missed it. 6 hours. We had frost. They said we had frost on Saturday morning. No, from Sunday morning. And I told him that frost was the end of the week. I bought his lunch. All for 6 hours. But that's all right.
Right.
I mean, feller, a katydid can make a prediction 3 months in advance and mix it by 6 or 8 hours. That's pretty good. That's better than a weatherman can do.
Better than I've ever found a weatherman to come up with it.
You know, I told him it'd frost the second week.
You know how one of the tickets there, two of them tickets.
I told him it'd frost the second week of September
I'll talk
last year, and that's early, but it did, by George. I'm not going to tell him how many we got. I'm just going to tell him anybody call, we give away 2 tickets the first call we get, and then I'll wait and I'll do it again. And I guess I ought to write their names on the back of the tickets. Won't hurt it, will it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
No.
okay. Okay.
It won't hurt it.
Did Bob say he wasn't coming?
I ain't seen or heard nothing about it.
He may have got there and got goat buddied or something.
If he figured out I wasn't coming, or the doctor's coming back over here,
Well, he told me he was coming, but he didn't tell me he wasn't.
well, now that might be.
I ain't seen him today. Of course, I was just there half a day today. You start off, you can tell them about the Shrine Circus, and then I'll tell them we're going to give away a couple of tickets. Just stay tuned, we may give away some more.
Makes me mad. A lot of times you wind up giving them tickets to a-holes that don't come and buy nothing from you, and they don't,
Yeah, don't contribute to
don't
nothing.
contribute to nothing.
But that's the kind of people watching this show.
But you know what I'm saying about it.
I know what you're saying. You will not do it?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I come talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to talk about it. And give them away. That's all I got. So I got something. If you run into anybody else still with, so if you call me pretty quick.
Yeah, this is all I know about right here.
Well, I mean, I'm talking about down there at work.
Mm-hmm.
If you run into somebody, for the time being,
Or do you want to get them out down at your place? Or
it don't make no difference.
probably better you might pick up a gas customer that way.
Well,
I'll just tell them they'll be down at your place. I'll write their name on the back of them. Assuming we've got that many people watching this show. Just need 5.
there's still a bit that many people.
Well, you know, can't ever tell.
Anyway. I'll tell you, this weather.
It's supposed to snow tonight.
And well, it do.
Yeah.
I don't know who them people is. They advertising there on that screen.
I don't know either. They're good looking, especially that one on this side right here. I bet that's Bob wandering in. He'll have to sit in a flat chair tonight. He got here too late.
He's at the floor.
Yeah. Stand up.
5 in 3.
2, 1, and we're on the television. This is Digger Wilson. What are you doing here anyway, Digger?
I come by here to talk about the Shrine Circus.
Again? Are they having another?
No, they just getting
Oh,
around.
that was the spaghetti supper last week.
Spaghetti supper, and we had a dandy. If you missed that,
Well, I
you
was
missed.
somewhere else. I was off of watching machine gun shooting. By the way, the last 9 minutes of this show is going to be a machine gun shooting. Y'all to stay and watch that.
And anyway, we had a fantastic spaghetti dinner, and the best I remember, we talked a little bit about a Shrine Circus.
I believe I remember something about that.
Okay, that's going to be Friday the 26th.
And here comes a straggler. A straggler.
I forgot to stop for a tail light out.
I told you didn't have no tail light.
Different vehicle.
Oh well, just one. You didn't have none last week. They're getting better. I know it.
Okay, we're going to have a Shrine Circus Friday the 25th, Saturday the 26th, and Sunday the 27th.
Well, what exactly is the purpose of this circus thing?
Well, we we do this, and this is another way that we have the circus, and we give you a chance to participate, and at the same time, this we're raising money for our hospital
Yes, sir.
plans and all
They
this.
do that. Shriners do that all the time. Take care of little sick youngins, and they are,
Sick,
and you
crippled,
are
and-
to be commended for that.
And we have several of them here. For an example, we're never much below in Campbell County, or Campbell County, Claiborne County, and we drive for Claiborne because their Shrine Club is so small they can't afford new vans, and so between the two counties we have, it seldom drops below 75 kids that's
In the process of
in the
being
process of the outpatient and what have you, operations, various other things, but we have from 75 to 150 at all time. We pretty much got 75 kids, and we take them to the Shriners Hospital, no cost to them, and we feed them on the road. If we're out there long enough with them, we feed them 3 meals on the road and take care of them. We ain't got to starve them. We take care of them kids, and so this is just another thing where the people has a chance to participate, and kids has a chance to see a good circus.
So in other words, every time somebody buys a ticket, not only do kids get to see the circus, the Shriners derive some money toward. Okay.
Right.
I'll tell you what we've got. We've got a couple of tickets here we're going to give away to the first caller, and that's 2 tickets now. First caller we have, we're going to give them 2 tickets, and if you've got a couple of youngsters that would like to go to the circus, give us a call. 566-1450 and 562 something else, and it'll come around on the screen there in a minute. Where you been, Bobby? Oh, you got a ticket.
Well,
Did you get a ticket?
The community is a lot safer.
Because they got your one-eyed.
Told me I had a tail light out, took 2 officers, to stop and tell me to put my hands outside the window, and not to make any sudden moves,
Really?
So yeah,
For over a tail light?
One to stand there with his hand on his gun like this. I said, boy, you have to watch these days. They're 78-year-olds. I said, well, we never know, and I said, well, the community's a lot safer now that you told me I had a tail light out.
They give you a ticket?
Yeah. No, they give me a ticket.
They didn't?
No.
Oh, well. Well, it's good.
Well, that was good if they didn't give you a ticket.
But they apprehended you before you got out and destroyed the community, didn't
Well,
they?
I tell you, I'm being such a problem in the community, the whole community of out there at Denver is safer now that
You got your goats corralled.
about my goats getting out.
You stay in trouble, don't you?
People are now that they issued me a citation for my goats getting out. People are no longer locking their doors in their home.
Yeah.
They're leaving the windows rolled down their car when they go to bed at night.
Yeah.
They're leaving their tool shed open.
Yeah. And their kids home alone.
The whole community is safer now.
Well, I just feel safer every time I go through Denver now.
Do you feel safer?
Yeah, I do.
Sure.
I was feeling threatened there when I found out you had some goats on the rampage.
In fact, he said we're in the neighborhood of Sawmill Holler. Digger would even start leaving his gates open at his propane store with my goats.
Well, I heard you go to sleep and leave the gates to the nuclear button open.
Not that high, and they're very, very dangerous to the community.
Well, you know,
Reckless little critters, then, ain't they?
did you hear about them guys that going to sleep and leaving the door open where you go in and set off all the nuclear weapons?
No.
Yeah, Betty, I mean, I'm glad that they in charge of goat control and tail light.
Right, my goats could have been involved in that, I'm not too sure.
Could have been.
It's hard to say.
Well,
I want to tell you that this is Digger Wilson. He's at 562-5444 right in the middle of the road in Sawmill Holler, and he's in the propane business. Ain't you?
that's right.
You've been full scale into it today, I guess, ain't you?
I've been really out there. I've been out there taking good care of it.
I guess ain't nobody out there wants any tickets, so ain't no use in calling us. We're gonna keep them if you don't want them.
There'll be somebody come through that wants
Why,
tickets.
yeah, I'm sure they will.
Between now and Friday, there will be.
Right.
If nobody calls in for these tickets, are you sure that phone is working?
Well, you never know.
Yeah, that phone is working.
Okay.
If you've never been to a swine circus, you need to go.
That's right.
Yeah.
You need to take some little ones with you also.
Yeah, that's
It's a
the
good
whole
time,
purpose.
A good time for everybody.
Looks like we've got somebody calling. What if they're wanting some of our shrine tickets? You TV.
Hey,
Hey, buddy,
Yeah.
what's going on?
Oh, not much. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm glad to hear them goats is up out there now.
yeah, you can rest good at night now.
Were you calling about tickets?
So I heard something about some Shriner tickets. So
Okay.
I'd sure like to take my kid and go.
Well, you just hold on a minute. I can't nobody hear you but me now. Give me a name and you can pick them up down at Digger's after tonight. But I want a name to put on. There's two of them for you. Spell the last name. They'll be down at Digger's down there in the middle of the road in Sawmill Holler. You know where he's at. Okay. Thank you. I got another phone ringing over there, but that ain't our number. Somebody's calling 562-1450, I think. We're gonna give away some more in just a few minutes, so just write down the number.
I think we got 562-3557 over here.
Yeah, 562-3557 or 566-1450. Somebody's calling 562-1450. And we'll give you a chance to win two more here in just a few minutes. In fact, if you want to go ahead and call, whoever's been calling the wrong number, if you want to call the right number, we got two more we're going to give away. What's going on besides Bob getting apprehended?
If this digger would slide you away just a little bit, I wouldn't fall out this window.
Well, I done slid over one.
Oh, everything's going on. It's wide open.
That's good. Got all the desperados off the street.
Got all the desperados off the street with bad taillights and pygmy goats.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's good. I feel safe. Yeah, I have not felt this safe since Martha Stewart was incarcerated.
Oh my goodness.
Put that desperado in jail.
And then they let her back out, and I ain't slept
I ain't felt
a
good
peaceful
about
night
it.
since.
Well,
But sooner or later they'll catch her again, I guess.
Yeah.
guarantee it.
Hello.
You know, I'm glad they finally placed the blame on all these killings on the guns. You know, that's kind of like a man hanging a man and blaming the rope.
Can't hear you.
Yeah.
And you know, since they started blaming it on the rope, on the guns, and I know.
Well, I will have it on the internet most likely tomorrow. You want me to leave the sound on for you?
Nothing to do with it. The gun is 100%.
Okay, well, my phone may go dead, but I'm going to leave it working.
You got 13 to 15 people being killed in Chicago every week.
Yeah.
Every
And it's
day.
entirely the gun's fault.
Yeah, I know. Just like them goats.
Yeah.
Them desperado goats.
Right. But folks, you can sleep a lot safer now that they have threatened to incarcerate my goats.
You know? Yeah.
All right.
I don't know why I told them about it, but they're doing good.
They lost him before they got there, David. Lost you before you got there. Call back. We'll get you.
I can't tell you. I don't know. I just told them about it before they started, and they said they'd fix it, but it ain't fixed. But it'll be on television.
Friday, Saturday,
It'll be
and
on
Sunday. It's good for any one of the circus shows.
Okay.
2 a Saturday and 2 a Sunday and 1 a Friday.
Right, okay. Yeah, you got one that's what, 2 o'clock Friday?
Yeah, we got one at 6 o'clock Friday.
Alright.
And then we got one at 12 o'clock
12:30.
Saturday.
12:30 on Saturday.
12:30 on Saturday.
6:30 on Saturday.
TV.
12:30 on Sunday. And
Yeah.
6:30 on Sunday.
I'm not calling for any tickets. I
You don't want to go to the Shrine Circus?
wouldn't be able to do anything with them anyway. To save them for somebody deserving.
We will. We got somebody calling the wrong number again.
You mentioned you were going to show a thing on the machine gun shoot up in Olive Creek, Kentucky.
Well, that's absolutely correct.
The biggest machine gun shoot in the world. They hold it twice a year, every April and every October.
Let's see. I'm trying to make sure I've got the volume up. What's that volume?
But anyway,
Yeah, I've got a. Hold on just a second. Let me get done.
the one that pointed this out
Yeah.
originally, that they had a rock concert where guns were not allowed. 14 people died violent death.
Yeah.
They had an NFL game where guns were not allowed. 2 people died violent death.
And 3 of them fell down the stairs and broke their necks.
And up there at Olive Creek, there was 1 million people there in 3 days. All their arms to the teeth. There wasn't even a fist fight.
Now, I know it. You don't start a fist fight with some woman got a machine gun slung across her shoulder.
Hey, isn't that sexy when you see a woman in camo with a big 45 on her?
Oh, I like them. That one woman running around there had on that long skirt and her hair up in a bun and had a machine gun across her shoulders and to top it off, she was wearing sneakers.
She was on me.
She may have been, but she was armed. She was. You know, she was armed. I'll say that.
Well, I'll tell you what.
That's the only place. That's the only place I ever sat down and eat hamburgers and watched everybody go through with a machine gun on their on their back.
It's fantastic, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, they done some good shit.
That was my 4th trip up there.
Kind of an inefficient way to make sawdust, but they've got it down pat.
Well, they did. They chewed that one root up.
Yeah.
One stuff. They sawed on that thing all day.
I wish they'd quit burning them boats, though. And I figured out that a wedding cake ain't got a chance up there.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that's the way every street in America ought to be. Armed to the teeth.
I tell you, there'd be a lot more peaceful people around.
Safest place.
Did you feel kind of out of place without yours hanging out on the outside?
Now, you can hang them out, but if you're going to carry them around, you've got to keep them secured.
Hey, I know somebody, you're supposed to report your gun when you go in there.
Yeah, I know a fella didn't do that. I'm going to turn him in. I'm going to turn him into the FBI, ain't you?
Hey, we're all on that FBI film now, there.
I'm sure we are.
But anyway,
They're going to get that guy in that hat and that with that walking stick, and they're going to overpass me.
I can't wait to see the 9 minutes.
Well, I think you'll like it. It ain't football, though.
But anyway, you guys got a great show.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
See you.
Sharon with us.
We'll do it. One more chance. 566-1450 and 562. What's that other one, Digger?
562-3557.
If you want 2 Shrine tickets.
To the, this is the 37th annual Kaburla.
Kerbella.
Yeah.
And they have it about once. They've had it about once a year now for 37 years.
Yeah, yeah.
37th annual.
Didn't have it 37 times.
37th annual had it about once a year.
About once a year.
I thought they'd already had it 37 times this year.
I don't know. That could have
They
been.
might have, but not in this neighborhood.
Is that a one ring or a two ring or a three ring circus?
About a 3.
Do they have elephants?
They got elephants.
I like elephants.
Well, reckon Ronnie and I could perform in one of those rings.
Well, now you could, yeah.
We'd have to have one of them little cars and get some great big shoes.
Around,
Yeah.
And you get in that ring if you want to with a chair and a whip in there with them Bengal tigers or them lions. I mean, they'd probably let you in there if you could prove that you was from Demery.
Bob ain't a bit afraid of tigers. He done had around in the city.
To protect me.
He's had around with the tail light police. He ain't afraid of tigers.
Wow. And also, I'm glad I got my chickens up too, because I won't have to call the
Animal control
people off of 7 little middies walking
Yeah,
around
well.
there,
I just fell in with we fell in with a desperado here, Digger.
Yeah.
Well,
Got all them outlaw chickens and outlaw goats.
Well, that's our outlaw Dixie concrete. They're not outlaws, but they've got some of the finest concrete known to man down there. It's hard as it can be, and I think you'd like to get some of it if you need to repair your driveway or get your septic system fixed. They got that too. They got sand and gravel and everything pertaining to cement and concrete and stuff.
Well, it's real unusual that somebody could devise concrete so good and so hard, and here the government can't even set up a website.
That is amazing, ain't it? 500 million lines of code.
No, 600 million.
Well, anything over 500,000 is way too much.
Oh, yeah.
A computer programmer that can't set up a website with less than...
And they're trying to fix it when they ought to scrap it and start over.
Yeah.
They're kind of like people who feel like if you cut a board too long, you have to throw it away. If you cut it too short, you can piece it. And that's what the government wants to do.
yeah.
I hadn't thought of it that way, but that makes sense.
That makes some good sense, don't it?
Well,
You don't get much of that around here.
anything that the government goes about, if they would contract it out to private enterprise.
You mean kind of like Vital Care and the ambulance business?
Yeah, then it would come in at a much more reasonable price, and it would be the quality of the product that they have contracted out would be better. And the best way we could lose a war would be let the government start producing its own ammunition and producing its own tanks and its own submarines and its own airplanes. And,
Well, the Russians tried that, didn't they?
Do away with Grumman, do away with General Electric and all those companies that produce materials for a war machine. Just let the government make. Russia tried that, and they still got a few of them atomic submarines resting on the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
That never come back up.
Everybody's still in it.
Still reacting, too.
Yeah.
You remember the Thresher?
You what?
The Thresher?
Yeah.
That was a kind of a catastrophe. They never did bring it up, did they?
No. Never did. But
I don't think they wanted it on top of the water.
there's two things that Russia excels in. The production of raspberries and the number of nuclear missiles. They're at the number one in both of those.
Raspberries?
Yeah, Russia has a lot more nuclear missiles than we do.
Yeah, but I didn't know they had more raspberries.
Yeah, they do. They're the world's largest producer of raspberries.
Well, they're the world's biggest country. They ought to be able to raise something there.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. I don't think they're raising too much of them in that vast expanse called Siberia, but they're raising them somewhere within Russia.
Russia's a right big place.
Well, now Siberia, I don't think the season.
Why don't you open up a branch office in Siberia, dear?
Now that'd be a good place.
I reckon it would. You'd work year round there.
And I wouldn't even have to put my little containers on sale.
No. Have you got your little containers on sale?
I got them little 20-pound cylinders.
Yeah.
I'm going to run them for $36 plus tax the rest of this month until the first of the month.
So you're practically giving the tank away.
Well, I am. I'm taking care of this cold spell instead of jacking the price. This cold spell, I take care of somebody that needs it.
When will you have some Mr. Heaters?
The Mr. Heaters have been back ordered for I don't know how long now.
Folks, you better get in line to get you a Mr. Heater, because whenever the electricity goes off and your heat ain't working, you won't have one. All you got to do is light it.
That's right. And they are mighty handy.
Well, we keep checking on you, see when them Mr. Heaters going to be there. Because I got people ask me all the time. I said, well, if they ain't got none in by the end of the week, go down there and beat the Lord out of them, is what I tell them.
Well, that wouldn't do no good when you got them on order. And they're back ordered. Why?
Well, to warm them up, you know.
Well, that might help some, but anyway. But yeah, I'm going to put them 20-pound cylinders full, $36 plus tax, and that will be for the rest of the month of October. And that'll run through till the first day of November.
That's the way it works, all the way through October.
Right, yeah. That's good job, folks. You need to go down. And those tanks, they're full. They have 20-pound cylinder. And,
with 20 pounds of gas in
20 pounds of gas in
But they don't weigh 40 pounds.
No, because
what does the cylinder weigh about?
the cylinders weigh all the way from 16.9 to 21.
So you're possibly getting 41.9 pounds towed home for less than $40.
Yeah.
And you can light it and burn it or hook it up to your refrigerator.
Good,
yeah.
Yeah.
I had three of your cylinders going today. I had one going in the store. I had one going in the motorhome. I had one going up dimly so I could keep my goats warm. They wouldn't be a danger to people in the community.
Well,
what about your chickens? Are they in danger in the community?
The chickens were self-warming.
Okay. That's like a self-warming chicken.
Right. They didn't get warm enough that I could baste them and eat them, but they were staying warm.
And, you know, you might want to get your car tuned up for this cold weather and get you some new spark plugs and stuff. And Napa down there across my IGA has got what it takes to do that. 562-9406. And they can fix you up, get you all tuned up, get you some antifreeze and change your motor oil so it won't be so thick and gummy, and get you some windshield washer stuff that won't freeze up.
I believe he still has a special on that. I was in there $19 and some odd cents. You get 5 quarts of premium grade motor oil and a filter to fit your car. And you know, you can't go to one of these jot 'em down stores and buy them that cheap. And those are good quality filters and good quality oil.
You remember Lum and Abner?
Right?
You remember Lum and Abner and the Jot 'em Down store?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Dave. Sure do. Used to listen to that on old radio. We had a 6-volt battery in there running that thing.
And you had a 60-something volt battery in there too.
What?
You had a 60-something volt battery too, didn't you?
Yeah.
60 or 80, 67 volts. That was the B supply. You ever wonder why you got flashlight batteries? You got A and AA and AAA, and you've got C and you've got D, but you ain't got no B?
Don't reckon I ever seen a B.
You
real
have
good
too.
and be an
I
A,
have.
or you're going to be just mediocre and be a C.
Well, the B is a 67.5 that they used to use in them old radios. I don't know where I never did see one. You may not either. Did you fellas have any of them old battery
Oh
operated?
yeah, we had a battery about the hips,
Yeah. Well,
about that thick, and reached all the way across the back
Yeah.
of that old radio.
yeah, and you had to throw it away when it run down, didn't you?
Yeah.
Well, that was a B battery, a B dry cell battery, and that's why they don't have any Bs now. They use that designation for them 67 or 68, maybe 67.5, and that was the B voltage supply on that radio.
Well, now
Plate supply.
there was a fella, I'm not called on names, he's still around. There's a fella used to, and we didn't know that. Matter of fact, there wasn't nobody knowed that. There's a fellow that lived in our neighborhood, and you know him if I start calling names. And he picked up every used battery people throw them out.
Yeah.
And he picked them up, and he had no electricity, neither did any of the rest of us. But he could rebuild them batteries, and they was better than one from downtown hardware.
Well, I can think of 2 or 3 people that might have been, but he didn't wear a cowboy hat, did he?
Mm-hmm.
Where is he now? I've not seen him. I thought he'd...
down.
Okay.
A lot of people have your battery-powered tools now. Yes, 12 and 18 volts. Some of them even 24 volts. You can take those batteries when they go bad over to Master Battery in Knoxville, and they will rebuild those batteries. I know in the case of your DeWalt batteries, 18 volts, $170, $80.
Yeah.
Well, you can have that battery rebuilt, and I guarantee it'll last longer than it did the first time for about $25.
Well, that's my problem with buying that stuff. You buy a drill and get a battery, and then the battery goes bad, and you can buy another drill. About as cheap as you can buy a drill.
You can buy a drill and a battery, you know.
You can buy the whole pack.
Yeah.
About as cheap.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, some of these, well, Bob wasn't around here, and Ronnie might not be on there, but this same individual, they chased him. See, there was no electricity out
Yeah.
in our neighborhood for, well, they didn't start until 40.
They got electricity there house in 48.
Well, about 48, 49.
Mm-hmm.
They started back after the war.
Yeah.
And FCC or whoever you call them, I don't know what they called themselves back in that day, but this guy, just out of radios that people thought went bad, and they'd throw them out, and he'd carry them. You see him walking, he'd carry one all the way home on his back.
Yeah.
And he took them old radios. Now, he was not schooled in electronics. He'd take them old radios and he'd broadcast
Yeah.
for a couple of hours, and them dudes with the suits and the
Yeah.
derby hats was run around there in the neighborhood all over the place, and they know that it was coming from somewheres in that area.
Yeah.
And he broadcast and done better coming out of his neighborhood with a bunch of batteries he picked up along the road and a bunch of old radios, and built his own broadcasting system, and it was superior to well, we got Knoxville station.
Yeah.
And his would come in better than the Knoxville station. But he would not be on there, but just,
Well, what did he do this talk?
well, he'd get on and talk, and he'd play music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he'd play music. Sometimes he'd sing one or two. And he would play music, but he would never.
He did it for fun, didn't he?
He did it for fun, and he
Just
built
like being Ronnie on this show, you know.
he built this stuff up, and he did it for fun, and he'd play different songs and what have you, and his broadcasting system was superior to the Knoxville stations.
Yeah.
And the FCC or whoever you call
There
it.
wasn't no Follet station then.
No, that was long before WLAF, and and they looked for 5 years for him, trying to find out where this was coming from. So he was not licensed.
Yeah.
And they looked for 5 years for him, and he finally just shut his rig down and put it out in the smokehouse and covered it, and they just, well, they didn't pick him up no more. They quit. They quit chasing him.
Well, I didn't know all that.
Oh yeah, that used to be. Now and again, if you just happen to be around the house and catch the radio, he put some good music on you.
Well, you know, they shut down 2 or 3 pirate radio stations over the past couple of years, you know. And
now anybody can do it on the internet. You can cover the world for 38 cents.
No point in having a radio station now.
They used to have a lot of them pirate broadcasters that run on the ocean. They done it on ships.
Right.
And then back in the 60s, maybe late 50s through the 60s, they had, and maybe into the 70s. You know, you've heard of Wolfman Jack, ain't you?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, he started out down there. He started out down there on one of them there Mexican radio stations just south of the border, and they could run whatever power they wanted to down there, and they broadcast into the United States from Mexico, but they just crossed the border.
It sounded like Radio Free Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they played rock and roll, and I mean what it was, they had so much power they could get all over the country, especially at night.
I've listened to him.
Yeah.
And then they got that there. You had all them there South American radio stations, and then you had in the communist countries, Ecuador. I remember I used to listen to this station in Ecuador with all their communist propaganda. They broadcast in English.
Right.
And we was running Radio Free Europe, of course.
Yeah.
You know, the Russians would find a radio station broadcasting into their area, and they'd put a transmitter on there just broadcasting noise to block it out.
Yeah.
So what they done, in order to get our propaganda into their country, they'd take advantage of the skip conditions as it went from daylight to dark.
Right.
And they'd broadcast at the right time. They could broadcast over the top of these your blocking transmitters and target that where it'd just follow the twilight. They'd broadcast here, and they'd be about an hour, maybe more than 45 minutes to an hour and a half time where they could broadcast and overhop the blocking transmitters.
They have done it kind of different to overcome governmental propaganda now.
Yeah, they do it on MSNBC.
They call it Fox News.
No, that ain't Fox.
You're talking about over broadcast. I'm talking about the propaganda stations. You've got several.
MSNBC and CBS.
MSNBC and NBC
Yeah.
and ABC. That's what they are.
And CBS, they're all.
They're all governmental propaganda stations.
Yeah.
Vital Care, if you get the feeling a heart attack coming on, you might want to call them 562-9370, or you can call 911 and ask for a ride, and they'll come get you and take care of you and treat you good and appreciate your
I
business.
witnessed them in action today down at the Restoration Clinic down across from Charlie's Pizza. I saw them bring this lady in very tenderly and gingerly. A little while, I saw her bring her out. She was all smiles on the way in and all smiles on the way out. That's Vital Care.
If you got some grandchildren wants to go to the Shrine Circus Friday or Saturday or Sunday,
Sunday. Friday, Saturday, or Sunday.
2 tickets, 1 trip, but 2 tickets, $5, $6, 6 1450 and 562. It'll come up there in a minute.
3557.
Yeah, 3557.
562 3557 566 1450.
We usually have more grand youngins and stuff wanting a free ticket. I don't understand. Everybody must
Well,
be.
This cold spell must.
Well, that might have something to do with it. I mean, most of our audience are older, but I'm sure they've got some grandkids or something.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, I found out that in my doing what I do, you know, I know they call it the Folic Eye Clinic.
Yeah.
But did you know that it is owned by someone who lives here in Mapala?
Well, it used to be. I don't know
It's
who owns it now.
Dr. Liz and her husband are the ones that own the Mapala Eye Care Center.
Was that Liz Taylor or what? Not the Liz Taylor. Everybody's going to start saying what was there?
I've forgotten what their last
Well, where is the Father Eye Center? That's down there.
Right now it's located right
Okay,
there.
yeah, I knew that was locally owned.
For Food City.
Yeah.
But now they're building a new one up on the 4 line.
Yeah.
Almost across from the garden center, pumpkin place.
Yeah, I knew that was locally owned.
Yeah, that it will be locally owned, and I thought I'd drop that in because I love locally owned businesses.
Especially Wild Bob's Antique Emporium, right?
Right,
That's locally owned.
right.
I got windows and doors and roofing and
propane is
siding.
locally owned, you know.
That's locally owned and been there a spell.
Right.
In that operation right there where I'm at there, Ronnie, I opened up a Labor Day weekend there in Sawmill Holler on Reiner Lane.
Mm-hmm.
There was no Ellison Road when I opened up there.
They built that just to get to you.
They built that so they could get to me
you
another
have
way.
access.
Right, but
Put you right in the middle of the road, dude.
yeah, that put me in the middle of the road. But they
That explains why he built in the middle of the road, Bob.
yeah. But I opened up there a Labor Day weekend of 1984. And I must have done something right because I've been hanging out around there for, and I'm still hanging out there 4.5 days a week.
You've gone to storms, economic problems, goats getting out, all sorts of dangerous things around here, and you still survive.
You know how long I've been sitting there looking over the side of the road?
Look at them rock across the road.
Yeah, you know how long I've been there?
1949.
No, about 1950-something.
1959. Old man rented that place over there across the road that used to be a shell station over there in 57, and he built over there and got burned out, and we lost everything we had. We was too stubborn to quit and didn't know you were supposed to have money. We thought as long as you had something to eat, it'd be all right. We've got a few more minutes here before we take off on that there gun shooting video, but if we disappear, it's going to be, looks like about 5 minutes maybe.
And if somebody wants, and tomorrow, if somebody wants a couple of these tickets, they can come to my place and get them. Besides, just follow this guy's name on some, and you get a couple of tickets as long as they last. And this is a worthwhile
And
cause.
a couple of
plus,
tickets don't last too long. Go down and see Digger anyway. You might find out he's got a tank of propane you want to buy.
Right.
well, yeah, you might want to buy some of them, some of that good, fresh propane.
No, we don't want no stale propane. It don't smell good.
It don't last at my place long enough to get stale.
And now
They
that you
don't
got 2 tanks down there, you don't run out either, do you?
No, but I don't like to admit it. Tuesday afternoon for about an hour I was out.
No. Well, it's
But-
a dark day down at the OK Corral.
But I get them two tanks chugged up and things are going smooth.
Well, folks, we're gonna have some cold weather tomorrow night. It's supposed to get down to freezing.
I thought it was cold tonight.
Well, I
Oh, well,
think
that's-
it's gonna be down like about 30.
Supposed to snow,
32
ain't it?
tonight, I think.
Supposed to snow tomorrow.
The record tomorrow night, I think, is 28.
Mm-hmm.
And they're forecasting 29, so it might break the record.
Well, Al Gore will be tickled.
Pardon?
Al Gore will be happy
What is that?
that we ain't melting
That's
down.
a
Or nothing.
sign of global warming.
Mhm.
You know, it takes. Remember, we had this.
Can you read that?
Yeah, yeah.
You remember, we had this discussion. It takes warm to make cold. So, Al Gore would be real happy that global warming is producing this cold.
He ain't giving a speech around here this week, is he? He ain't giving a speech around here this week, is he?
About global, it looks like he would. You know, he usually goes into town to talk about global warming.
And it freezes.
Blizzard puts
Yeah.
him out of business.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
noticed
they had a big old global warming summit with all kinds of
yeah.
politicians
Yeah.
overseas there. I forgot what little country that was, and they got iced out, snowed out, and they couldn't even get through
They had a bunch
a
of,
blizzard.
they had a group that was going to go up to the North Pole and check on the disappearing ice, and they couldn't get there. It froze in. They couldn't get there. I don't know. Well, that's the way it went most of the night. We went off from there onto a video from up at the Knob Creek gun range where they shoot them machine guns. I don't know whether you will appreciate my view of the situation, but that's the way it looks from where I'm at. I can't see anybody I'm talking to just like right now. But we have fun. Bob, he stays out of jail most of the time, and Digger, he sells propane and hauls them little sick young'uns around. He's a good feller. And I'm just happy you could join in with the conversation today. Be sure to tune in next week. We'll be on here with our regular show, usually about 5 o'clock or so on Tuesday, and then we record it for later watching. And you might want to subscribe to our channel, and you'll be notified that we're actually on the air. And I don't know if that's a good thing. Maybe you'll know to turn your computer off or something. Thanks for watching, everybody. Or for watching me, everybody. I guess that's it. Thank you. There's my phone going off telling me my video's about to be over. But I already knew that because I was listening. Thank you. Everybody be happy.